Hi, my name is Emily, and today I'm going to talk about the topic of spanking. Recently, I held a parenting class on discipline, and during this class, the topic of spanking arose. And one parent in this class stated, I was spanked as a child, and I turned out just fine. What's wrong with spanking? Now, I can see how this can be a common misconception for many parents and like many Americans in general, because to some people's surprise, spanking or other forms of corporal punishment are still common today. Um, and but many Americans don't really realize that this probably isn't the best form of discipline, and because research indicates that when we are spanking or giving other forms of corporal punishment, it is showing our children that it's okay to hit or use physical violence, because they're showing their children, oh, my parents can hit me, why can't I hit other people? Because children learn a lot based on modeling, and you're modeling to your child that it's okay to hit someone, but in fact, in reality, it's not okay. Another thing is spanking is sort of a quick way to discipline a child, rather than just say, oh, don't touch that, and slap their wrists or something like that. Instead, a better way to reach out to your child is to explain to them why they can't touch that certain object, why they can't do that certain thing. Explain to them and talk to them. Obviously, they won't get it the first time, or maybe even the second time, but as long as you're consistent and keep on telling them and keep on ingraining it into their brain, and keep on explaining it to them, they will eventually understand why they can't do that, rather than you just hit their arm and say, no, you can't do that. Now, this has happened to me in a real life situation. I worked at a preschool, and a parent came up to me and was like, because her child had a bad day, and she was like, man, sometimes I wish you could just smack the kids. And my response was, we don't really do that here. Instead, we like to explain to them and tell them why it's not okay to do something, so they understand it better, so we can explain to them rather than just have like a quick response. While I was in my child development marriage and family seminar, I had to interview a parent about her parenting techniques and things like that. And what she said was that at first that she did used to spank her child. However, she realized that it wasn't a good form of discipline because he just was scared, or he did have a hitting problem. So instead, now what she does is she tells him to go to his calm down space and calm down, and then she'll have a discussion with him and explain with him why what he was doing was not the best choice, and things like that. And that's something that's more effective, and she firmly believes that explaining things is a more effective way. And this is just an example of how spanking might not be the best choice, and how explaining something to your child could be a better alternative.